Hi, and welcome aboard to part three and our final stop in the Curecanti National Recreation Area in beautiful Colorado. In today's episode, we are exploring the Blue Mesa area of the Curecanti National Recreation Area, which includes the Blue Mesa Dam and the Blue Mesa Reservoir. Now, the Blue Mesa Dam is about 30 miles or so, about a half hour from the town of Gunnison. And when you get up here to the Blue Mesa Dam, at first I was a little underwhelmed when I pulled up there, and you can see it here in the parking lot. The dam itself is, you get to drive across, which is kind of neat to do, but you can't really see down on the left-hand side or anything like that. And on the right side, obviously, is the reservoir. And so when I pulled on the parking lot, I was like, okay, well, this is kind of neat. And then fortunately I saw a sign that indicated that the Blue Mesa Dam overlook was up the hill behind me. And so fortunately I decided to head up that drive. Now, from a history standpoint, the Curecanti National Recreation Area is kind of interesting. Had to really kind of look this area up to find out more about it. And the National Park Service has got some good information on it. Essentially, they say the landscape bears the imprint of attempts to alter the rugged mesas and canyons for human purposes. And essentially, in this reservoir or the recreation area, there's the three dams and the three bodies of water: Blue Mesa, Morrow Point, and the Crystal Reservoirs. They say that Blue Mesa serves as the main water storage reservoir. Morrow Point Dam generates most of the power, and Crystal Dam maintains an even flow through the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. And that these dams were eliminated the wild flowing water of the Gunnison River and replaced it with static reservoirs. So quite the history of this area. It's kind of fascinating, all the work that went into this part of Colorado. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this was the probably mile or so road uphill to the actual Blue Mesa Dam overlook. And honestly, it's kind of interesting when you get up there. It's like a chain link fence and some signage, and pulled up. I wasn't quite sure if this was the right place or what exactly was going on here. But once you eventually do walk over to the area that the overlook is at, it's pretty impressive to see the Blue Mesa Dam, and to think that you just drove across it as well too, and you were that high up. Plenty of parking, as you can tell. Curecanti really did not have that many people. There wasn't even a lot of boaters on the lake and those type of things. This area is neat to visit, but I don't know if you're coming from out of town strictly to visit this area. I'm not sure. I would probably, make it a tourist type of thing, bundling it with the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. That's what I did. And there you go. You can kind of see the first pictures or views of the dam. And I am glad I went up there, because it made a lot more sense to me once I actually got up on this overlook and saw the Blue Mesa Dam. But yeah, it's beautiful. I hope the YouTube, as I say in most of these videos, I hope the YouTube video can do it justice. It's very impressive structure. And it was actually pretty quiet up there too. Sometimes I've been around a couple other dams before, and there's the loud churning. And there's some information on the storage units and the different reservoirs and stuff along like that. And then you can also look down and kind of see the river below, which was really neat, even though there is the chain link fence around it. Now, within Curecanti, people do fish. They have non-native species. They've added like brook trouts and kokanee salmon, rainbow trout, and it really draws a lot of fishermen in to go fish these non-native species. Wintertime is also a big activity around there. But they do tell you that at Curecanti, the weather can be extremely rough. They can get temperatures as low as 40 degrees Fahrenheit with strong winds. But that ice fishing is popular. And cross-country skiing and snowshoeing and those type of things are very popular. Animal-wise, there's eagles, there's elk. No, did not see any eagles or elk. Didn't see any fish. But, you know, still in Colorado driving around, so you can't beat that. And that's what a lot of Curecanti is, just kind of driving different overlooks, different views, if you're not necessarily just going for the recreation aspect. Now, I'm sure if you lived in Gunnison, this would be a great getaway. And there's, as we drive down the road more, there's lots of these different kind of pull-outs and areas. There is a visitor center you can go to, Elk Creek, and get some more information on the area and those type of things. It's kind of interesting, really, just seeing the mesa, kind of just how you're like, oh, I'm in Colorado, I'm in the mountains, but then you have in areas like this. So after this trip, we drove all the way to Pueblo, which that was quite the haul over there. It took about 4 hours and pretty exhausted after the end of it. It was a long day. Started out at the Black Canyon, or started out of Montrose and then drove to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison and the East Portal, and then stopped at these different places along the way in Curecanti. And it was the 4 hours. It was a really scenic drive over to Pueblo if you've never done it. But they did have rock blasting going on. The Colorado Department of Transportation was out there. And so waited about 45 minutes in one of the sections out there while they were doing some rock blasting. So it just made for a really long day. And then coming into Pueblo, there was quite a bit of traffic and just very tired after this. But glad it got off the list. The reason I went to Pueblo is because the next day I wanted to really get out to Sand Creek and Comanche and Bent's Old Fort and get those viewed before heading east more. If I had to do it again, I would probably stay in Gunnison or even Canyon City, something like that, and then just drive in the morning. But sometimes long trips happen. And this is just another little area you can pull into. All right, so our next stop's going to be at Bent's Old Fort. We'll have that video out in a few days. It's kind of an interesting place to stop in out by La Junta. And hope you enjoyed the series on Curecanti National Recreation Area. Did my best to try to provide as much of the footage as I could. It's just a little tough because there's just so much driving and a lot of different areas you can stop at.